Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. We just hit 31.4k subscribers. Can we get to 32k by the end of the month? Please like this video down below and comment down below before we get started. However, today we are going to get working on our house prediction. We're going to use 270 to win. We're going to use the house map on 270 and we're going to go basically swing state race by swing state race, seeing how it adds up. Can Republicans retake the House? Right now, it's kind of looking dim based on the fact that they're going to need to pick up 18 seats. However, there's not really many seats that they are really projected to lose outside of a couple. So we're going to get into this right quick, and we're going to actually take a good look at seat by seat and predict each race in this congressional election that's coming up this November. Just like we have a presidential election coming up in November, we also have a Senate election coming up in November, and basically both of them are basically equally as important. So we're going to start here and we're going to go down the list. Obviously, Tom O'Halloran, that's really the first seat that you could say could flip because it is a Trump seat and a Dem seat at the same time. He voted for impeachment. However, it is a seat that is going to trend probably in the Democrat column, being in Arizona. I don't think it's going to take a Republican to flip it unless it's like an open seat. Right now, I would still have O'Halloran winning that district. Moving forward down the list, though, we have some other key contested races, definitely. People are talking about California potentially flipping because Republicans in California in the primary definitely overperformed and got 50% in a lot of these districts. Even the districts that Donald Trump won, Trump lost back in 2016, and then the Republicans lost them in 2018. However, California primaries typically overestimate Republicans in turnout and stuff like this. However, I do believe that California 39, that will flip. I do believe that Young Kim is going to defeat Jill Cisneros in a potential rematch that we see here. She very narrowly lost partially. People have been saying it's because of ballot harvesting is why this is the case. I potentially believe that could be the case, and definitely have a lot of stuff going on, but that seat is one that I would say probably is going to flip into the Republican column. Our first flip of the day. We're going to continue to go down this list, and we're going to see other seats that could potentially flip. Definitely, there's one of the seats in Florida where you have the Miami mayor that endorsed Hillary running on the Republican ticket. Personally, I don't know if they're going to be a super viable candidate because the Democrat did win and it is a very anti-Trump district. However, Miami-Dade is trending back into the Republican column a little bit, not too much. If you look at the midterms, definitely DeSantis and Scott almost crack 40% there. Donald Trump is probably going to improve a little bit there, especially if the primary turnout is any indication. However, I really don't want to make a judgment yet. It's very too early to say that would be a sure flip, so I'm going to leave it in the Dem column for now. However, I do believe that with turnout and things like that, full turnout election, Georgia 6th and Georgia 7th are going to go in the Republican column, in my opinion. Georgia 6th and Georgia 7th are going to flip Republican, and in the state of Iowa, you have 3 potential flips for the Republicans, and right now there was a poll that came out that had Trump leading in all 4 congressional districts. Now, definitely, I think Iowa 2nd is a sure flip for the Republicans. Iowa 1 showed the poll between Finkenauer and a Democrat with a lack of name recognition that was running a little bit behind by 1 point with a long way to go before the election. The poll after the crisis has happened. I do believe Iowa's 1st district is going to flip into the Republican column. Iowa's 3rd may as well. We could come back to that at the end. So basically, one of these races that was left off was Illinois 3rd District, where you had the AOC-style candidate beat a very moderate, reasonable Democrat, and they're running up against a relatively, rhino suburban Republican candidate that could actually win that district. So I don't know why they haven't updated that. I don't think that it's going to be a sure flip, but I think that that race is going to be contested, and it should be contested because the Democrats went 0 for 40 in swing districts with Justice Dem candidates. This is a first big Justice Dem that's been able to win a primary in a district that is a suburban swing district. It does lean Dem, so she'll probably hold on no matter what. But at the same time, if the Republican runs a very strong campaign, they very well could win. So we'll keep an eye on that race. Definitely, I think Illinois 13 will hold because it went for Trump by 5 and held in the midterms. Illinois 14 is another race that went for Trump, and the Republicans are energized to pick some good candidates. They had a good slate of candidates there. I don't really remember the exact candidate that won at the top of my head, but I do believe that they are going to be able to pick up Illinois 14th district in the state of Illinois. Maine second, Jared Golden won in a D+9 electorate, basically because of ranked choice voting. I think that one is going to flip again. He voted for one of the articles of impeachment in a Trump plus 10.3% district. Not very much of a good look there for him. Justin Amash, I think he is probably going to be sent home. I do believe that the Republicans are running a good candidate. He probably has more support among Democrats right now than support among Republicans, so I'm going to give Amash's seat to the Republican. They could win by a very big margin. Michigan's 8th district, I made a map for this on Twitter. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at RedEaglePatriot. Link is in description for poll analysis maps and that sort of thing. I did a precinct map on Michigan's 8th district right here. And you can tell that Mike Bishop didn't campaign at all. He was in for the political fight of his life, and he laid down and died. I don't know the Republican candidate that's going to take his place. There's a few viable ones. This is the district that I live in, so it was important to me that I made this map. But if you look at rural Ingham County, Bishop failed where Trump succeeded. I think Trump will do well. I think the Republican candidate is going to do well. And Slutkin, who voted for impeachment, is going to be sent home. I definitely cannot wait for this to happen. So I do want to put Michigan's 8th district in the Republican column. Michigan's 11th could flip with a very good candidate. The Republican currently running came to America as an illegal alien, so I don't necessarily trust her. So there's definitely a few other candidates that are running, but I think Michigan's 11th is going to stay in the Dem column for now. Minnesota 2nd or Minnesota 7th. My prediction is one of these districts is going to flip. And I'm going to have to say Collin Peterson did vote against impeachment, but I do believe he's been there for a while, an anti-elite message, and you have a very strong candidate that's running, almost beat him last time in a D+9 electorate. I definitely believe that the Republican is going to be able to win very, very narrowly this time around. Age concerns, this, that, and the other thing are going to stunt him in Minnesota, and Trump's going to be putting a lot of money into Minnesota because he very well could win this state of Minnesota. So North Carolina Republicans will lose a couple House seats basically due to redistricting. It's not something that I exactly want to happen, but it's something that is probably going to happen anyways. New Hampshire's 1st district, they have a very strong candidate running. If Trump's up in the polls in New Hampshire, I do believe that Chris Pappas could be sent home because you had a good candidate run last time. It's going to run again this time in New Hampshire's 1st district. Eddie Edwards was his name. I do believe they're going to win. A similar thing in New Jersey, definitely Jeff Van Drew switching to the Republican column. I think that will probably hold in his column. New Jersey's 3rd district, I believe, flips. The 5th district probably stays with the Democrat. However, New Jersey 7th, who have an immensely powerful candidate, they're running against Tom Malinowski. I definitely believe they are going to go up there and beat Malinowski. Even some Democrats in New Jersey and independents that I've been talking to actually agree with this, and definitely I think Trump could improve in New Jersey. This is only going to help the Republicans' case moving forward in the state. New Mexico 2nd, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but Torres Small, she's probably going to be dead on arrival. I think a lot of people know this already, that she's going to be absolutely just dead on arrival when she comes in, so I definitely believe that seat is going to stay in the Republican column for now. New York 11, Max Rose. I didn't want Nicole Malliotakis to become the nominee. I wanted Joey Salads to actually win had he stayed in. I don't know if he would have because there is some ballot splitting, but Trump has endorsed her. She is a rhino, but again, it is a suburban district, so that very well could actually play to her advantage in New York 11. So I definitely believe New York 11 is going to stay in the Republican column. I think Republicans flip back New York 19 and New York 22nd, definitely the upstate New York kind of districts where the Democrats basically won because of flukes, because Republicans didn't really campaign. These are seats I definitely believe the Republicans are going to be able to win back. New York 19 and New York 22nd. Same thing with Oklahoma 5th. Everybody knows that Kendra Horn is absolutely dead on arrival, so we're going to put that in the Republican column for now and probably going to hold it there no matter what happens. As for Pennsylvania, definitely Scott Perry. If he won in the D+9 electorate, he's going to win this time around. Joe Cunningham is another candidate who I believe is just simply dead on arrival when you look at it. So I definitely believe that Joe Cunningham, again, Republican, got primaried by an anti-establishment candidate, wasn't really able to beat him in a D+9 electorate. That's okay. I do believe that the Republican that will run this time around is going to be able to defeat him. Again, voting for impeachment in a Trump plus 13 district does not signal warranting your reelection. Just putting this out there. Texas 7th District did go for Hillary Clinton. However, you have a very strong Republican candidate, Wesley Hunt. He's leading virtually every poll I've seen out of Texas 7. I do believe that Lizzie Fletcher is going to go down in Texas 7 because you have such a formidable candidate running on the Republican ticket, Texas 22nd and 24th. These are potentially districts Democrats are going to look at and say, hey, I'm going to flip it. I think they're going to hold in the Republican column for now, because if I look at the Texas special election that happened, I believe it was in January, end of January, out of Texas, the Republicans won by 16 points in a bellwether district. That's very good news for Republicans moving forward in the state of Texas. So I'm going to have to say that probably they're going to be able to hold those seats. Ben McAdams is in Utah 4th. Voted for impeachment in a Trump plus 7 district. However, that's probably more like a Trump plus 13, Trump plus 14 district when you take out the McMuffin vote. So I definitely believe that one is going to be a flip to the Republican column. McAdams won against a rhino. He is Mormon. That's going to help him significantly in Utah, in the Salt Lake City suburbs and things like that. I do believe that seat is going to probably flip into the Republican column, though. Same thing with Virginia's 7th district. Abigail Spanberger, she's pretty hated in that district. This is one of those districts where you elected a Democrat incumbent, kind of the Beto effect, except Beto didn't win. And basically, she's not very well liked in Virginia's 7th. I think the Republicans are going to come away victorious in Virginia's 7th district right here. Looking at the map, and we'll see how close we are to 217 seats. Actually, whoa, I didn't even expect this. Republicans flip the House under my prediction. My prediction that I did, Republicans are going to be able to flip the House. I didn't even know. I wasn't keeping track. So any of these doubters out there that are going to sit back and say Republicans don't have a chance at the House, this, that, and the other thing, they basically don't know what they're talking about. You shouldn't listen to them. They're stupid. Republicans probably are going to have a good chance to take back the House right now. I would have said 40-60, but doing this video, I have to improve the numbers to 50%. Of course, you have the economic, I guess you could say, fears and qualms that are happening at the moment, but that's a long way from the election. Yeah, I'm assuming we recover by August, and if that's the case, you have Trump's approval for what's going on at 51-40, and at this rate, I think we're looking very good ahead of November. So Iowa, I didn't do the other seat in Iowa. We'll put that in the Democrat column. Just give them something because we already took the House. I don't even know. I had that as a toss-up. Wasn't sure, but I can't see Republicans flipping all of the seats in Iowa, so I think they could flip 2 out of the 3 that's there, so they'll take 3 out of 4. Although I do believe Trump will win every single district in the state of Iowa. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Please like this video down below, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media. Donate to the Patreon and subscribe star. Remember, in times like these, to stimulate the economy, you got to stimulate small businesses like mine. So make sure you donate to the Patreon, donate to the subscribe star, join the Discord, join the subreddit, links in description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Red Eagle out.